Hey my artist friends, today I'm going to share with you 4 beautiful, inspiring floral books that have been inspiring me so much lately. Some I got from the library and some were a gift. We've got the Little Flower Recipe book, Vintage Roses, Floral Evolution, and last but not least, Velvet Pears. So if you are interested in looking at a sneak peek into these gorgeous books, as well as seeing some of the paintings that I've created from them, continue watching this video. Alrighty, the first book I want to show you is this beautiful one called The Little Flower Recipe Book by Jill Rizzo. And it is, as it says here, the co-author of the best-selling flower recipe book. So this book is kind of like a spin-off after her very successful flower recipe book, which I don't have and I actually have never looked at before. But I found this one in my local library and I thought, hey, I need to actually really borrow it and paint from it. So firstly, what I love about the whole book, and it is exactly this, it's basically like a recipe to create little bouquets, and really it's aimed towards the floral arranger or a florist, a person who's interested in floral arrangement. And I actually also like the fact that she divides them into seasons. So for example, the first few bouquets are all spring, and then she goes into, here we go, we've got springtime, and then she goes into summer, autumn and winter. So it's all very, very beautiful, different feeling to each section. And she uses also flowers that are maybe of the smaller variety. So you wouldn't see things like large roses or peonies because it is the Little Flower Recipe book. So you see lots of very cute pansies, little daisies, all little bleeding hearts and butterfly. So it's beautiful little niche in terms of the kind of flowers that you paint. And of course, every bouquet is so beautiful and so adorable and challenging as well, because there are some flowers that I actually have never painted before. So let me share with you the couple of paintings that I have done from this book. So the first one I actually attempted was this one on the title page. I love this because it's got all the colors of the rainbow. It goes all around from blues all the way to your reds and your yellows. And it's also got some challenging paintings challenging flowers like the pansies that I've never painted before. So this is how it turned out. Okay, so it is actually a little messy and bleedy and totally I'm not even sure what's happened to the vase here. And I actually made a video, a tutorial out of this. So this goes to show, right, like sometimes your paintings need not be perfect, but it's still good enough and you can, share it with the world. So if you're interested in this tutorial, I'll link it in the video card here. It's actually a review of these gorgeous paints that I got from Paul Rubin called Meiliang watercolor paint set. Let me just quickly show it to you right here. Yeah, it's a really wonderful set, 52 colors, super affordable. Anyway, just thought I'd share that with you. So this is the first painting. Not my favorite, but it's out there in the world now. And then after that, I was very inspired to keep going, and I painted this spring spread. So this is what it turned out, and this is also a tutorial, and I think I talk about perfectionism. Oh, hang on, what do I talk about in this video? I can't remember now, but I'll link it in the card here as well if you're interested. So just using this as inspiration, I just painted all the colors of the rainbow on a page, on a 15 by 10, and I am not a big fan of this painting as well. Like, to be honest, I don't go like, I love it. It's really kind of a doodle, sketchy kind of thing. So that's that. And then for my Patreon, I do a bonus Patreon for every, I do a bonus Patreon every month for my Inner Circle tiers. And last month, I painted 3 bouquets from this book for the bonus tutorial. So this is the first one. Actually, this is the third one, but it's on the next page here. And they're all from the spring section of this book because it is springtime now for most of my Patreons in the Northern Hemisphere. And I like this one. I don't know if you do too. And I just love how that ranunculus actually turned out quite well. I was a bit nervous about that one, but that turned out quite okay. This one is also another one, part of the bonus tutorial for my Patreons. I love the vase and how it turned out. This one is 100% cotton paper from Meiliang, in case you want to know. And then the third one is actually the first one because I painted the cover of this book. And it wasn't my favorite. It was really, I was still getting to know this paint set. I used the Meiliang color paint set. So I wasn't a big fan and I pushed through it and it turned out quite sweet. So I'm really loving how these three turned out together and I'm quite pleased with them. I might even frame it up and put it up on my wall because it's such a cute little set. So yeah, if you're interested in checking out this tutorial, it's all on my Patreon. I'll put the link in the description below. It's for my $12 tier. That also includes a monthly live meetup. All right, so let's go on. Okay, 2 more paintings I'll show you from this. This one's actually, I did this literally, I think 2 days ago, and it's from, it's on my Etcher Everyday Sketchbook, and it's the last page. And it was a very dreary day. I was feeling quite low, and I was just inspired by this one, which I believe is in the autumn section of this book, or is it spring? I don't know, but I just love the dark colors here, and I painted this, and I'm really quite happy with it. It is begging for some detail, maybe, but you know, I don't really care. I don't think I will do that. And then, no, that's probably not in the. That's probably in the summer. Sorry, I just flipped, and I was very inspired by this one here, and so this is actually on the page before. I love how it turned out, much more brighter and yellower than this one. I kept it super loose and I kept it quite cute. And I believe I used a little filbert brush for this. A little filbert brush, small filbert, to get that kind of like rounded zinnia shape. So yeah, that is all the paintings I have painted from this book so far. I feel like I have barely scratched the surface, and I think I will need to return this book to the library and get my own copy. I will put the link to this, the Amazon link to this book in the description below. I'm an Amazon affiliate, so if you do buy from my link, I do get a little commission there, and it would be a great way to support me on my channel. So that is the first one, the Little Flower Recipe book. Now, the next book I want to share with you is called Vintage Roses. If you know me and you follow me on my channel, you know that I am nuts about vintage roses. I saw this from the library and I'm like, I need to paint the cover. So I remember it was after a long break from painting, and I just grabbed my 9x12 pad of cotton paper, grabbed my brush, and I just literally just exhaled onto the page. I was a little bit apprehensive that it's very monotone, because you know me, I love a bright bouquet, but you know what? I really loved how this turned out. Very simple, very beautiful, and I do have a tutorial on my channel for this, so I don't think I can connect so many cards now, so go and check out in my whole library. It's definitely one of my more recent tutorials. That's Vintage Roses. So to be honest, I haven't really gone through this book as much as the Little Flower Recipe, but you know what? It's got super beautiful high-res photos of all the roses, and most of them, they will show the single rose, but they do have occasional bouquets like this. Like, I know that this is probably something I will be very inspired to paint. When I shared this with my Instagram followers, a few of them said they have this book as well, and they really, really love it. My favorite, Vintage Roses. I'm actually teaching a a course with Pen Art Studio this September 2024. If you are watching this and you're interested to paint live with me for 5 weeks, I will be doing a course called Recreating Vintage Florals in Watercolor. Just thought I'd pop it in here. But yeah, vintage roses, just giving you a peek of this gorgeous book. And let me show you what's next. All right, this one is called Floral Evolution. And I was struck by its beautiful high-res images of these beautiful flowers. And what I really like about this, I actually have looked through this quite a bit. It's also divided into the seasons. But what I really like is she talks about the principles of color, of the basic considerations. Yeah, I like how she breaks it up into the shapes and forms. So she talks about the focal flower and what are usually focal flowers. And she says peonies, sandalias, roses. Then there's secondary flowers. Then there's filler flowers, line flowers, texture flowers, and foliage. So I just love this page because when we are creating our own bouquets, it's very useful to think about creating a bouquet in these kind of levels and hierarchy. So, you know, a rose like this is kind of like your focal flower. Then the secondary flowers are smaller roses. Then you have filler flowers and like the small ones here. Then you have line flowers, which are like taller ones. And yeah, so I just love like how she is almost like a recipe as well. So this is the thing that, this is the image that really, really inspired me to paint. And this is my painting of it. I really do love it. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit so you can see the whole painting. Basically, this is a 10 by 15 sheet. And I really loved how it turned out. And I remember painting it feeling very relaxed and just going with the flow. And to, you know, it was really nice to see how this built up. I have filmed a tutorial for this, and it will be in one of my Patreon's bonus tutorials, which by the time this video post goes live, it might already be in my Patreon, but at this moment as I'm filming this, it's not. So go and check it out. I just really do love this one. My rose garland. Okay, and then let's see. Let me show you this one here. So this is a painting. I think I haven't even done the second layer yet. It was just this first dreamy layer of this bouquet here. Just thought I'll show that to you, you know. I'm not sure if I'm gonna finish it. It's just at the back of another tutorial actually. Yeah, yes, okay, so this is such a sweet little bouquet. And this is my sketchbook painting of it. And it's a really nice spread because this Etchelab sketchbook is a bit bigger than the normal 8 by 10. So this is an 8 by 10. So I don't know what size this is, but as you open it, yeah, it just gave me a lot of room to let the flowers spread out. And I just liked how I kept the vase just line work. And I also kept it in one layer. I'm not gonna go in and do another. This was a beautiful, fun, de-stressing kind of painting for me. So yeah. Okay, and the final book I wanna share with you is called Velvet Pears by Susan Southam. And this is the only one that's not from the library. All the other 3 are from the libraries. This is actually given to me by my gorgeous neighbor. She is a flower lover like me. She is a very, very amazing, prolific gardener. And she said, Crystal, I think you will like this book. So it is not a straightforward like floral book or floral recipe book. What it is, it's sort of like inspiration for gardens, seasons, baking, all sorts, just so many inspiring images. When she gave it to me, I was going through some like emotional issues. So I remember there was just stuff happening, right, in my personal life and home life. So I took this and I actually made a few paintings from here. So let me show you a couple of them. All right, so this was the first image that just hit me, inspired me, and I said I needed to paint that somehow in my sketchbook. So again, I got my Etchelette sketchbook out, and this is the sketchbook painting. I really wanted to capture this shadow, this dark blue, cool shadow behind the helleborrheas. And it is quite messy compared to, I mean, the original photo is stunning, so it's really hard to compare. But I do like how it turned out. So yeah, I encourage you to, you know, look at the image, and what got me is also the values, like the dark and light. I love how this light and this dark, and then the neutral in the middle is such a big contrast. I feel like I should have left these areas totally white, but I was just feeling itchy finger, and I did a light wash behind it. But, you know, that's how you learn. That is how you learn. All right, let me show you something else. Okay, so this is a door that I painted from this inspiration. I don't paint many doors, and I haven't painted many doors, but this was just such a beautiful exercise in just looking and mimicking and just trying to get the feel of what I see here. And I loved how it turned out. What else? So this was also an inspirational thing that I wanted to try painting. And basically what inspired me was the light and the dark, the shadows that I see here and here. And I think I can definitely intensify the shadows here and here. And I just made the shape of this chair. I didn't have the hat on it yet, so this feels very unfinished to me. But I thought I'll just share it with you. I'm not sure if I will actually finish it. And then my favorite painting that I did from this book is actually this one here. And I also don't usually paint stuff like that, but I did because I just felt the urge to, and this is how it turned out. I loved it, and I think this is in a sketch. This sketchbook is in a sketchbook tour, so I won't go too much into how I did it, but thought I'll share that with you since we're doing a book review here. So I love this book, Southern Velvet Pears. I feel like I definitely have gonna be painting way more stuff. Like, look at this lovely garden scene, so much inspiration, and you know, despite, look at that, this is so beautiful. Despite, you know, internet having so many lovely things that we can be inspired from, it's so nice to actually have a book like this. So thank you so much, Jenny, for gifting me this book. I will treasure it forever. Oh my God, sunset, flowers, love it, love it, love it. All right, that's that. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe and follow me on this channel. Follow me on Instagram. Check out my Patreon. I'll hope to see you in the next video. See ya.